Hey guys, welcome back to A Good Life Farm. So today I've been working on a little bit of a DIY project. Now I have a spice rack that hangs on my wall that I made back when we lived in Alaska, so it was quite a while ago. And it's very simple. It's about 3.5 feet long and has 2 rows on it. And it's a lovely little spice rack, although when I was putting it together I didn't really know exactly what I was doing, and I did a couple things wrong, like not pre-drilling the holes for the brads in that super tiny trim that I used for the rail on the front, and it cracked. Just simple little things like that. And so I decided I needed to make a new one because I needed one that had 3 rows of shelves as opposed to the 2, because I have a lot of spices and herbs that I use because I do a lot of cooking. Even though I don't always love it as much as I used to, I do still cook quite a bit, and I do have quite a collection of all the things you put in your food to make it wonderful. So the first thing I did was I measured the space where I needed my shelf to go. And I knew that this shelf needed to be about 39 inches long or so, just a little bit longer than the other one, and it needed to be about 13 inches tall. So I started by cutting 3 pieces that were 38 inches long, and that is for the horizontal shelves that will be going in the spice rack. And then I cut 2 pieces that were 13 inches long for the end pieces that hold it all together and that you hang it from. So then I marked where I would be putting the shelves with just a little pen. I just put a little mark there, and then I pre-drilled the holes for where I would be putting the screws in to hold the shelves in place. And the screws that I used are those just all-purpose hex screws. These are about 1-inch screws. I use these kinds of screws for pretty much everything. I've never had an issue with these kinds of screws stripping out when I'm trying to drive them into wood. I generally don't have to drill the holes unless of course I'm doing something delicate like this little spice rack. But I love these screws. You can put them in, you can take them out, and you can use them over and over again, because like I said, I've never had issues with them stripping out when I'm using the drill on them. So I love these kinds of screws. I use them for everything. Even when I buy something that comes with its own screws, I will ditch the screws that came with it and use these kinds of screws instead. For just about everything, with the exception of like some drywall types of things that need drywall screws. So once I got the holes pre-drilled, I went ahead and kind of stuck the screws in there in place just to give me a little bit of a head start, so I didn't have to be looking for screws. They were already in place. And I went ahead and I attached the horizontal pieces to the side ends. Then I attached a little D-ring attachment, a little hanger, D-ring hanger, D-hanger, whatever it's called, to each end so that I will be able to hang it on the wall. And now all that's left to do is to cut and attach the rail that goes along the front to keep the spices from falling off. Alright, and once that is all set up, I will paint the whole thing white, and it will be ready to hang on the wall. So the spice rack is finished. I lined the shelves with some of that shelf liner paper stuff. It's kind of like a matte, not really paper. And so it is complete. I have all of my spice jars lined up in alphabetical order the way I do. And it's the perfect fit. I even have enough room for maybe one more extra jar if I have another spice to add to the collection. And the great thing about this spice rack is it is adjustable in that the design is adjustable. Like my other one had the 2 shelves and it was shorter. You know, you can take this design, the 1x3s and the half round trim, and you can customize it to the space that you have where you are going to build your spice rack for. If you have a narrower space, or if you have a taller area, you can even make one with 4 or 5 shelves high, depending upon your needs. And if you've got taller spice jars, you can make the spaces between the shelves a little bit taller. And so it's a very simple design and easy to adapt to whatever it is that you need. So there it is. There's my new spice rack. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below and I'll be sure to answer them. Thanks for watching. If you are new to my channel, my name is Constance. This is A Good Life Farm, and I am a blogger over at cosmopolitancornbread.com, where I have been blogging for several years now, and there's many articles and hundreds of recipes that you can peruse. So if you aren't already subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I do 3 new videos every week of homesteading, home cooking, and back to basics. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all next time.